Okay, the live stream share thing is set up properly. Get shareable link, update the YouTube thumbnail. Of course, I had to set that one blue word. Thumbnail's up to date, perfect. Twitch looks like it's loading up fine. Now let me get oh, good. And looks like good, perfect. Everything's going good there. Please give me another moment to make sure it's good on my other computer. Look like excuse me, and it looks like it's good on my other computer, so let's go get started. Let's see now, do got a good number of replays, though I have been going back a little bit further than before. It should be fine, so let's just go ahead and start from the top. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Small on the right side as the Magenta Soviets, we have Assassin J. Small on the left side as the Green Soviets, we have FK-D. You got, of course, a barracks deployed out. You got a barracks over here. Got some bears pushing on out. We got two bears. That looks like a engineer there. And you got three bears here. Three barracks is greater than two bears. It also though depends on the roars, because the amplified roars could get some great hits there. Purple does get a roar there, but it's unable to secure the kill. Great roar there. Looks like everything's mutually down, and does kill off that one there. Does get a mutual trade there. Purple tried to clean up the one that could potentially get a mutual trade. It was unsuccessful. Wait, what is that engineer doing? Engineer does fire a shot there, and bear goes down. What was that engineer doing? That had to have been a mist rally, right? Green's now going out for an engineer. Now, an engineer pushing to his opponent's oil derrick. And you got a massive number of bears out in the field. You got a roar there, does slice that bear up. Got a large number of conscripts here, does sell the barracks. And you got massive roar there. One conscript still going, but Green has gone for a terror drone, able to eat up the bears himself. He does lose a large number of conscripts, but all the bears do in fact go down. Green has claimed the oil derrick. And now do have a war factory being pulled out by Green now. A couple of conscripts advancing forward. He sold off the barracks there, so he can't pull out engineer to capture up the oil derrick. And the terror drone could camp that factory. Do have a reactor here that's not a crusher crane. The ore refineries are completely walled in. Terror drone cannot infect the terror drone, but do got a nice little snare there onto the terror drone. Sickle completely missed that conscript there, and the infect does come out onto the green sickle. The green sickle's receiving quite a bit of fire there. Gotta be careful not to lose his own terror drone right there, and it does destroy his own terror drone with that sickle burst. Actually should put on hold fire stance at the last moment. Green terror drone does get gunned down. Sickle does fail its jump as well. But you have this sickle now jumping on in, and we'll be start gunning down this ore collector. Elite conscript does get inside the garrison. He's earned a bit of a break there while watching some TV. Now we've got the sickles engaging the sickles with a sickle to support the sickle. There was actually quite a bit of damage on the ore collector there. He can go ahead and pass that back on. This one has been forced out by a terror drone. And does get a snare there, and now have a fully heroic conscript, which will go ahead and get jumped on by a sickle and gets gunned down. He's going to force fire his own sickle there. And he does go and gun down that terror drone now. Green's now advancing forward for terror drone and sickle. You do also have a super reactor being put on the high ground. Maybe a good idea to put on the low ground, because it tends to explode upon dying. We do now have sickle deployed on the field. Green does get a great snare there. And now green sickle may be eyeing to flea jump into another flea jump into the refinery line. Green has still access to both oil derricks, which is very, very important. And this sickle does jump into the low ground once again. Will be focused down by 2 sickles. But does jump in the line there as well. Sells off that walls, and he will get gunned down now. The other one does jump into refinery line as well, and will be gunning down the ore collector. Terra Drone does get the snare on the Terra Drone, but could see this snare on the Terra Drone in return. Does gun down. Oh! And he can't fire while it's snared like that. Wow, apparently Terra Drones can also very good at stopping people from moving midair. We do have the ore collector being saved by the Terra Drone. Terra Drone is severely wounded. And now these 3 sickles, or 2 sickles and a Terra Drone space forward. You got the Terra Drone infecting the Terra Drone, but the Terra Drone does switch targets towards the ore collector, so we do got a chain of snares there. And he does deploy a wall segment on top of the Terra Drone, which does interrupt it from targeting. In fact, it's just straight up inside the wall. I have no idea if it can actually move out of the wall. Well, Green's sickle will go and gun down the ore collector apparently. And we have the sickle slowly picking off this ore collector there. Late response there by Green. This other one's being hit as well. Good snare there by the Terra Drone. Just straight up sickles and Terra Drones the entire game, hasn't it? That's going to infect there. Maybe at this point in time, either player should deploy out a Crusher Crane to counter the Terra Drones, but apparently not. Oh, we got a Terra Drone surprise to come out of the infected sickle, and now we've got the infect there, or a nice snare there. Now we do got a hammer tank. The Terra Drone will go and get the infect on the hammer tank, and this one is snared. And you got a Terra Drone surprise that came on out as well, and does not get an infect on the other hammer tank. Both hammer tanks are now infected. This game, these Terra Drones would be hard to counter by a Crusher Crane. Why hasn't Green deployed our Crusher Crane? You now have an airfield and a super reactor out at sea, and now we do also have a twin blade in the air. I thought I heard. Oh, we also got some satellites raining on in. I just want to heard final squadron for some odd reason. One reactor does go down. Do you also have a bullfrog on the field? Green's twin blade is severely wounded. Got a fresh hammer tank there, and this ore collector is severely wounded. Does stay alive, but barely. Magenta has now deployed out MiG, ready to engage the twin blade, and will shoot it down in one shot. MiG's right up here. Twin blade will be hunted down and goes down. Got a nice Fox one into the stupid joke. I'm gonna continue to fix that one. That's the 4 being pulled out now. We do got the airfield poly going for a twin blade at this moment. Bullfrog will be snared there, as was the hammer tank. Trying to get the Bullfrog, does get infected. Bullfrog got multiple hammer tanks on the field. This twin blade has a lot of targets in front of them, trying to leash down that 4 tank there. Could leash down his own tank in order to. Oh wait, the sickle, the Terra Drone went away. Wait, can you repair a leech beam in order to kill off the Terra Drone with a leech beam? I honestly have no idea. There's definitely no more infect there. Unless that Bullfrog never actually passed on Terra Drone to the hammer tank, but I thought it did. But now we've got dual-wielding hammer tanks here, but we've got also sickles jumping into the refinery line of Magenta. MiG is now advancing forward. Does not finish off that twin blade, or twin blade will go down. Purple's MiG will get some free shots there. Green could have, does barely save that MiG. And we got an infect on this Bullfrog down south. He does destroy his own Bullfrog there. Very nice. got two dual-wielding hammer tanks here, which could do some extra damage. Hammer tanks now advance forward. There's two bullfrogs and a Tesla Trooper support. The dual-wielding hammer tanks could be overwhelmed by the hammer tanks because of the extra health they have. So a little bit of rock damage there. We've got two MiGs in the air, three twin blades. Bullfrog does get snared and picked on off. We've got the twin blade now advancing forward as well. Eyeing for some satellites in this region. Gotta make sure he doesn't walk into his own satellites. If he does not, Bullfrog's got a good kill there on one of the MiGs. Both MiGs do go down there for green. There could be still that wounded MiG still out in the air. I'm not sure where it may have went. Tesla Trooper does get a good kill on one of the Terror drones, and the sickle does finish off the Tesla Trooper. Both we've got twin blades now advancing forward, getting some good damage there onto the Ore Collector who's armored up. And he does manage to kill off that, what's it called, that Ore Collector in time. Good missile hits there onto these twin blades. One does go down, the others could be pursued. Another one goes down, the wounded one could get hit. And that one does go hit as well. We do have a Crusher Crane here. Maybe that wounded MiG was actually repaired. New guy engineer now on the field trying to reclaim this or claim the oil derrick. Green has maintained a lot of good income from that oil derrick, that's for sure. The dual wielding hammer tanks are here. We've got the unupgraded hammer tank as well. And we got another engineer. Oh wait, the engineer still hasn't gotten. Wait. That engineer's not going for the oil derrick. Sickle does go down. Twin blades are seeing quite a bit of fire. They both go down as well. Down south, we've got the MiGs flying in the air. We've got one elite MiG for purple. Getting out of the heroic gives him self-healing. MiG's now engaging. Got a bit of a dogfight going on. And Magenta's MiG does fall back and does go down there. Now got an elite. Goes for the Crusher Crane. Unable to get that secure there. Combat Engineer does not get the gun off there. But does manage to get the ore refinery. That was the engineer, right? So I think the engineer is inside the garrison, though the hammer tanks are getting some good hits there. And does not get the effect there. We do now have this Terror drone moving around. And one twin blade does go down. Got multiple bullfrogs getting some damage there. We got two elite bullfrogs, four hammer tanks, one unvetted bullfrog, as well as an unvetted twin blade. There's a good number of hammer tanks in this region. Getting some great hits there as well. And he does not pick himself a free flak cannon. Does pick himself a free flak cannon now. So now there is a flak cannon hammer tank, which could be very useful. He may try to steal that gun now from his opponent. Bullfrog's not getting hit, the elite ones. Hammer tank's now advancing forward. They do have the extra guns there. And it looks like the MiG's getting shot down by the bullfrog and from the hammer tank. Got infected one of the hammer tanks now. Got a fully heroic dual-wielding hammer tank. And the dual-wielding hammer tanks are getting quite vetted. Elite, heroic. The heroic one does get the kill there. Twin blade's not getting some shots there. Got the heroic bullfrog coming forward. Does try to leash down this observation post. The heroic one can repair itself. The elite one could put front of the leech beam and start leeching down something. Oil derrick still has not been claimed. No, if you do got the twin blade advancing forward, I think Green's selling himself out of the game. Yeah, Green has surrendered. This end grade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Maybe Green backed out of the game a little bit too early because he still had those two oil derricks. He had a very good economic advantage throughout the entire game. If you just look at this, nothing too significant, but potential. I guess Purple just played better in general. Greetings everyone, and great here. Another Relic 3 replay. I spawn on the north side as the Yellow Soviets. We have who? Cold Eye A? I have no idea. Spawn on the south side as the Red Soviets. We have Fares Nimat. Of course, barracks being employed out by both players, not big surprise. Red is now pushing forward a lot of bears. Red, or yellow is. Red is not deployed out any bears whatsoever. So we got one bear there. I think Red's being a little bit slow. Multiple bears now deployed on the field. We got one good roar there from Red, one good roar from Yellow. And I'm getting their names mixed up already. We also got more bears being deployed out. No, that's an engineer. What the hell? He is not paying attention, is he? Let's get off the engineer, no problem. Red's down to one bear as well. Red needs to deploy out a sickle at the current rate. He got a good number of conscripts in this region as well, gains good bursts into the war bear. The bear will go for a nice little bit of reconnaissance. He will spot all those conscripts. And going for a sentry gun. He failed so horribly he had to go for a sentry gun. One of the bears will, of course, get gunned down. He's going to need to sell off the barracks in order to get the other two bears gunned down. I think it's a sentry gun. It can only reach around here. So the conscripts can advance forward in this direction with no problem. War factory being employed on now. He needs to sell off this barracks. He really does need to sell off that barracks. Mutual kill there. The sentry gun does find some good bear damage there. And now all the bears are down. He needs to pull out some more bears. The conscript's now going to be throwing some Molotovs into the garrison. He could sell off the barracks as well to get more power out. And do got some more sentry guns from line out, but sentry gun's not going to be useful as long as he doesn't have enough power. Good bear roar there, getting some good kills there on these conscripts. And now we do have some more bears being employed out. Yellow's, of course, claimed his oil derrick. Red has not. We do now have a sickle here out for Yellow, able to gun down these bears no problem. And seeing that there's low power, I don't know what he's building out. It could be a sickle. Nope, it's a terror drone. And low in power still. You got now have a reactor being employed on out of the field. And sentry gun will go and gun down that sickle, no problem. It sounded like there was actually a terror drone surprise that came out of that one. We do have now these sickles offensive board. Yellow's just going for mass sickles. Has a good number of sickles coming along the long way around. He does pack up the MCV, does put in a low power state. I think Red maybe just been inexperienced because right now I'm not sure what exactly he's doing. Yellow's going a little bit unusual play with all these sickles, but at this current rate, he's being much more effective than his opponent. We now have a single flak trooper being pulled out. From the flak trooper in that garrison probably would not be entirely bad, it would be unusual. And now we've got a crusher crane to play on the field. Sickle's now on the high ground. Yellow could advance forward. There is, of course, a sentry gun to cover this region. Does go out for another power plant. That's why he got the crusher crane. And I'm not sure where Red's going. I think he's going out for the naval expansion. Not sure if these sickles have been spotted. Maybe not. And now with those walls built up. And does fail to jump there. Three of them failed to get in there. And this one could be gunned down to so many sickles in this region. Failed to jump there. Failed. Maybe that was on purpose. And that sickle's in a good spot there and sells off some wall segments to gun down the sickles. There had been some. Those jumps have all probably just meant to go inside that refinery line. He has now retasked that harvester. And we do now have the hammer tanks gunning down a sentry gun. The sentry gun can be outranged by the hammer tank's leech beam, but he's not currently doing that. And sentry gun does go down now. It does have a good number of sickle here, but that's not an ideal counter. And now the barracks does go down, or it gets sold off. Crusher crane now being focused down. MCVs are just out at sea. Terror drones are in the region. Multiple terror drones are here. Does get one infect there, very nice. Another infect there, very nice. It does get some snares, trying to snare them, but the terror drone does see some hits there from the cannons. He doesn't find himself another infect there, trying to leech through the terror drones. And now you also have some satellites coming on in. Hammer tank's now trying to withdraw. He has all of these hammer tanks infected. He does take out the war factor entirely, and now the sickles are receiving a bit of fire there. And with his hammer tanks going down one at a time, he needs to rotate, turn off the leech beam, turn on the guns, and start shooting down those sickles. The sickles can get repaired up by these. What's it called? I guess the Crusher Crane can't repair up sickles, or not sickles, terror drones. We got paired tank terror drone surprise, and we do also have these sickles on the region. We got the war factor being pulled out. Red's now going for the naval expansion now. We do got a handful of hammer tanks here, as well as a Tesla coil. Tesla coil can be placed behind the structure for improved defense. You know how these sickles now advancing forward. They're trying to hide some harassment onto the refinery line. We've got a good number of hammer tanks, however, in this region. The sickles will go and get all gunned down, plus there's also the Tesla coil. Will manage to get himself a pair of guns there. Last sickle. That's interesting. Nice preemptive satellites there. Force back the hammer tanks at least, and there's no wall segments on Yellow's refineries, so sickle, even if it jumps on in, won't be able to use the walls as cover, and this ore collector is not collecting at the moment. Yellow's not going for an airfield. Red's finally getting an expansion out. Still got a good number of terror drones out in the field, but there's just too many hammer tanks for the terror drones to be successful. It does not get the infect there. Multiple hammer tanks are being deployed on out for defense. Yellow's going to advance forward with his hammer tanks now. All of them are nearly full health, and maybe I have to leech down some of this stuff. Red does get some leech beams there. Got the satellites are now raining on in. The Tesla trooper will get knocked down as we a bit of splash damage there. And it looks like the sickles give these hammer tanks Mega Tengu guns. I see the blue bullets coming out from them. It does got another hammer tank there. Got a number of dual-wielding hammer tanks now in the field. A lot of them anti-infantry. Got the sentry gun still alive. First, oh, come on, get the EM field. The test. Oh, he does use the EM field there. Very nice. That's like the one dual-wielding ones. Terror drone gets locked down as well. And does get all of his hammer tanks now into that EM field. Very, very nice. He could kind of leash down these tanks and get some extra guns. And there you go, now it's going to take time to get the extra guns. And it looks like the one with the extra gun actually got the kill there, so it just did not get an extra gun for that one, and the Terror Drone does go down. You now have a pair of twin blades now advancing forward. There's no anti-aircraft weapons in this region. And going straight for the super reactor. Does get good volley missiles there. This could be Bullfrog popping out. That's what he needs to be popping out. And the Bullfrog bit behind gets some good damage there on those twin blades as they fall back. Twin blade does go down. Red has claimed this refinery at one point in time. And now Yellow's building some more hammer tanks in general. Hammer tanks are going to make their way forward. We do have these handful of hammer tanks there. Some of them are veterans, some of them have extra guns. And with Yellow tanks advancing forward, nope, they're going to withdraw in, trying to engage these forces. So, twin blades in this region, so this force will be slowly picked apart. Tesla Trooper may get another EM field there, but it does quickly get gunned down. Does take out the Terror Drone surprise as well. And the twin blades are eyeing to destroy the bridge and takes out all those hammer tanks with destroying the bridge. Very, very nice. Good damage on those twin blades. They do fall back. Do we see a Crusher Crane back here? We appear to not have one. Yellow has expanded down into the water. The central water, I suppose, this bar naval expansion. And do have these bullfrogs getting shots off on the twin blades. The World Air will in fact go down there, no problem. We've got a Tesla coil being employed out here by Red. We throw some flak troopers in the garrison as well. And now the naval screen is going to get hit by these twin blades. The ore refinery does get sold off there. The ore can now see quite a bit of fire. And now the bullfrogs does get some shots there on the withdrawing twin blades. None of them goes down. Some of them are quite wounded. Do not see a Crusher Crane just yet. Hammer tanks now advancing forward, all of them fleet beam out, barring a couple. Those of these flak troops are going to be eyeing the garrison as well. But only two of them in there. They can do some damage there. The Tesla Coil does find a good volley there. Flak troopers need to stay in that garrison. They're going to get some good damage there. Does pick himself up another gun. Flak troopers now trying to advance forward with some mag mines. And now a fresh Tesla coil is being employed, and now hammerheads are flying around, or not hammerheads, twin blades. Wrong game. You got these hammer tanks getting some great damage there. As the yellow tanks start streaming one at a time, the red tanks can force back east to crush them. Twin blades now advance forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the ore collector. Does get some damage there. Now going to fire a relatively large volley there in the super reactor, trying to take out the super reactor. Red's tanks now taking out a Tesla coil there, and now the refinery. Super reactor will go down. And we've got some veterancy on now the twin blades. Hammer tanks are advancing forward, trying to hit the hammer tanks. Oh, what was that? Good damage there. Getting some good volleys there. It's the War Factory. Looks like I got some flak effects onto the Twin Blades. Not sure what he crushed there. Wasn't paying attention. Looks like he did crush a hammer tank. Twin Blades now advancing forward, trying to get some good volleys there. Get some great volley there on the airfield. He does so off. Good kills there. But now have a fully heroic Bullfrog shooting up these Twin Blades. Now do have some satellites being deployed on now. Bullfrog or hammer tanks trying to advance forward. Twin Blades getting some good damage in the air as well. Level 3 satellites running on in. He may splash some of these ground forces. No, he does not. Twin Blades now advancing forward. Good damage there. A couple of flak bursts there onto the Twin Blades, forcing them back. And these Twin Blades are going to be backing off out to sea. Twin Blades are making their way back up north. We do have these Bullfrogs, sort of just mobile defense at this point in time. And here those Twin Blades firing against, looks like the civilian structure. A couple of flak troops inside that garrison, trying to take out that Tesla tower. Does not get its just completely destroyed. The Crusher Crane gate has been put out, getting some much needed repairs onto these Twin Blades. Up here, we do have this Twin Blade advance forward, and maybe load up some infantry based on its movement patterns. Nope, deciding to harass these ore collectors. Bullfrog's trying to come in response. He does get some good damage there on that Twin Blade. War Collector now seeing a bit of fire from the Twin Blade. And that Twin Blade does go down. The War Collector does stay alive, a fraction of health remaining. These Twin Blades does find good volleys there onto those Twin Blades. And these Bullfrogs are going to be making their way down south. Twin Blades looks like just going to be queued back to the Crusher Crane for repairs. Now we do got the Hammer Tanks now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage in. Hammer Tanks is going to be advancing forward. There is currently, looks like just 2 Hammer Tanks for defense. Does crush another Hammer Tank, looks like. Which is not a good idea, especially when we see all these forces advance forward. Garrison does fire some shots there. Now we've got these massive wave of Hammer Tanks here. We got an extra gun there on one of these Hammer Tanks. It's not being focused down, not being hit significantly. He does get the veteran status before going down. Got some Terror drones now getting some effects there. Has managed to get some more infects. Got a fresh Terror drone surprise out for yellow. Best to use it to snare the MCV. It does go to crush the MCV at the last moment, but there's no more War Factory on the ground. So he does give himself a lot of credits, but doesn't have anything to spend it on at the moment. Other than getting out some flak troopers. Got another round of satellites being brought on in. And this is maybe a level... Yeah, it is a level 3 satellite now rating on in. Black Trooper does throw some mag mines there, and that one does get crushed as well. Oh, gotta be very careful. It could have blew up entire force there if that super reactor would explode. Sentry Gun's not finding a way, and yellow does back, or red does back up the game. This is great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Not really a great replay, honestly. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. So on bottom left side as the yellow Soviets, we have Damon 0000. On top right side as the purple Empire, we have You Are Not Alone. Of course, got some ints generator into some dojo cores. 2 dojo cores looks like being deployed on out. 3rd dojo core does get deployed on out, and it looks like a refinery core to me. Wait. That's definitely has to be wall segments. That's definitely not the defender core. You have War Factory deployed on out. You do see no barracks for the Soviet players. So the Soviet players going straight for War Factory. Maybe eyeing for an early sickle. Maybe eyeing for a hammer tank. First drone not flying about. Whatever pops out, he can go ahead and land on top of it. Oh, okay, that's a Terror drone. I don't think he can land on top of that. Terror drone going to be trying to camp this instant dojo. Does get the engineer in there in time. Imperial Warrior could get a burst off from that Terror drone. Drone now spawning, does make his way onto land. Nothing really here from the effect. He could actually kill off the Imperial Warrior, but that appears to be just it. Imperial Warrior now advancing forward. Nothing really from the gun down at the moment. Terror drone does make all see, just to get some nice reconnaissance on in. Now I do got the hammer tank and bullfrog advancing forward. The Imperial Warriors do go ahead and bonsai away. So the player has redeployed out his MCV. And do got a nice infect there on the dojo core. That dojo core, refinery core. He's going to have to make a real big effort to save it. If he has point defense drones, he bets cast on top of the refinery core. Looks like he should be able to get that repaired up in time. Very nice little pick there. It does get, might as well keep the refinery core nearby, just get the repairs, as you do, or else you have to pay for them when they're built. And let's go ahead and get partial repairs before going on out. We do have now the 2 hammer tanks as well as the bullfrog advancing forward. You got the handful of Imperial Warriors and the Mecha Tengu on the ground. Do not think now being deployed on out. Does the Imperial Warriors does draw a bit of fire there? May see some tank busters deployed out by Magenta. Terror drone does receive a bit of damage there. And there's no honorable discharge that got exploded there. So we do not see honorable discharge yet for the Empire player. Dojo Core now finally pushes his way forward to get that area secure. We got a couple of tank busters in the mix as well. And now we do have the ore refinery being leached down a little bit to heal up his hammer tanks. Soviet players now eyeing for a naval expansion as well, able to get some more income with that, up to 4 refineries. Good number of Tsunami tanks advance forward with a handful of Imperial warriors as well as tank busters. Over here we do have another tech as well. Moonblade could do some great damage over here because there's nothing. Oh, no, we do got a Striker VX. Bullfrogs charging forward sounds like a great idea. When the Bullfrogs do go down, you need to make sure those Bullfrogs stay alive. But now, if you were to change that Striker VX to a Chopper VX, he's able to get some great damage there. But it looks like he does not. Hammer Tank does go down. Roar there was unsuccessful. Another Roar unsuccessful, and now the Tsunami Tank's advance forward gets some great crushes there. Does get an effect there onto the Tsunami Tank. Flak Trooper does not blow up many mag mines there. Now the airfield does go down as well. Or Refinery does go down. You got the MCV packed on up, heading its way more out to sea. You have a Hammer Tank here, as well as a pair of bears. Flak Trooper finding some shots there. Does take out one of the tank busters. And now, oh, do we see any mag mines there? Maybe not. Let's throw out some mag mines there. Just get a mag mine there onto the Chopper VX. Let's get another mag mine there as well. So taking out 2 of those Chopper VXs. Let's get a mag mine onto the Tsunami Tank. He does have orbital discharge now. You got a second gun onto that Hammer Tank there. That'd be a really good damage output. But the orbital discharge does take him out. Conscript has been deployed out from that barracks. We do have a airdrome failing to get the infect there, get its gun down. And now some tanks going to be overrunning the Soviet armor. Let's get an infect there on the Tsunami Tank. And now the Warfactor is even better fire there. Another airdrome right there. Does get another infect as well. Decides to charge it forward, trying to get some crushes there before going down. Now he's going to be focused firing down his own hammer Tsunami Tank there, and the Terror Drone does get gunned down on the outside. Something does see another effect there, does take it out in time. Now we got a Tesla Trooper phase 4, does get one of the kills there. And now we got another Warfactor being pulled out. Does get these little harassment of infection, or not infections, the stasis whip. And now the ore deck will go down as well. Tsunami Tanks and Tank Busters on advancing forward. Does have a couple of reinforcing Imperial warriors. Naval Space is still going pretty strong. Does get a snare there. No Star Strike completely misses. And the Elite Tsunami Tank will go down, get a fully heroic Flak Trooper from it. Another snare there. Focus on these forces one at a time. Varus does get crushed there. He has to make sure that none of them gets more crushed there. Great EM field there. Reading these crushes from these Tsunami Tanks. Hammer will see a Roar there, but unable to get the kill there on those Tsunami Tanks. The one bear is still not crushed. And that Tsunami Tank looks like will go down. And that bear is going to be camping all these exposed tank busters. Or not so exposed tank busters. Just get a nice snare there onto the Tsunami Tank as well. Now we have a big wave of conscripts now advance forward. Infantry now going for a crush, getting some good crushes there. One hammer tank does have a second gun, the other one's currently unupgraded. Or both of them, I should say. Get some conscripts out in order to bring them Molotovs to deal with those sunken tank busters. They do get out there, and the flak troops do see some fire there, trying to avoid that war bear there. Does get a good burst there. As long as the war bear doesn't get a roar off, he can be taken out, which like that. There goes another one of the hammer tanks there, and right now the Soviet force has been decimated. The trooper does get gunned down there as well. And now Twin Blades now advance forward, trying to get some good damage in. I think let's see a bit of fire there. So does Imperial Warrior. The Heroic one does go down as well. And now the Orc is seeing quite a bit of fire. We got a single Jet Tengu flying about. We do got, of course, got a good number of Bullfrogs here. Jet Tengu does avoid additional fire. The Heroic Tank Buster does in fact go down. There goes the Jet Tengu. Got this force back at home. And now we've got these Twin Blades advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there on this oil derrick. War derrick will likely go down. I don't think there's anything here to stop it. And I hit my microphones again. My apologies. Twin Blades are advancing forward. We've got, of course, 2 Bullfrogs for escort. One Chopper DX on the ground for anti-aircraft purposes, but we'll get focused down first quite easily. And the Jet Tengu does get forced back. Satellite rating, or not satellites, but I think that's their airstrike. The stellar airstrike does affect teammates or your zone forces. Air drones now moving around the flank. Got a big sizable force now advancing forward, trying to perhaps get a good engagement. Twin Blades advancing forward, just gonna find a good volley there onto the Striker VX, and Striker VX does go down. We got now the Instant Dojo getting siphoned down by these forces. We do have the Tesla troopers as well as got the Imperial Warrior getting gunned down. Satellites now raining on in. We do have a sizable force here, and the Orc does go down to the satellites. Ore refinery does go down. We have decent force here now. Advance forward does gun down one of these Jet Tengus. And it looks like Magenta's are just AFK at the moment. Yeah, I think Magenta's just maybe AFK. He is not microing this force whatsoever. You now have Apocalypse tanks being pulled on out. Alright, push on forward. Is Magenta? Yep, he's just straight up not here, and that's the end of the replay. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I've been striking out these replays, haven't I? Not any of them have been really that good. Let's go for some 2v2s, or let's go for a 3v3. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on top left side as the Magenta allies, we have Lector as. Spawn on the left side as the Cyan allies, we have actually the random Fen or no something. On the bottom left side as the blue allies are C9Q9MD2. So on the right side as the orange allies, we have X Dingo. Spawn on the right side as the yellow allies. We have, I have no idea what that is. And it's on the right side as the red Soviets. We have JJ. Or Hey or GG or whatever it's called. Do you know how the Dogi being pushed on out in the field? We got some war bears over here. Engineer has the tool schematics, but nothing to kill bears. Down here we got some dogs advancing forward. Dog right here. Dog's now advancing forward. Does get the bark onto one of the bears. Got a good number of bears being pushed on forward. Got a single peacekeeper as well. Peacekeepers could just try charging forward. And does get a nice free kill there as well. Great roar there. May see a bark there. Getting another 2 bears locked down. Does get another bear there. Good bark there. And do got some multiple kills there. And do got now the bears being gunned down by the peacekeepers. Looks like Magenta will manage to kill more bears than his opponent. Kill dogs. We do got a bear out at sea. Do got a couple conscripts here. The oil drag has not been claimed yet, so likely that will be next. Do got a forward war effective being deployed on out, and over here do got a yellow doggy. Yellow's face forward of a handful of peacekeepers. And down south do have a blue dog trying to just trying to scout his opponent. Oil drag has been claimed, a couple peacekeepers to keep the peace around it. And Duke still got this yellow dog here. Does spot the airfield. And does set off that boot camp as well. Follow now in the air for Cyan. As well as Vindicator coming for a bombing run. Maybe on these conscripts over here. Oh, a little bit overkill there. And does split up his bombs there, killing off all the conscripts. Over here, do got a dog taking out. Oh, got a dog inside of the barracks there, I think. Or nope, that was the dog already dead on the ground. Yellow's now advancing forward of his peacekeepers, getting good damage on the Vindicators on the deck. Got a yellow dog, that's his own dog, and now the airfield will go down as well. Cyan will deploy out a potentially a multi-gunner turret to stop these peacekeepers from advancing. Multi-gunner on the way, that could be an airfield on the build queue. Goes advancing forward of a massive wave of Javelin troops and Riptides. Getting a good number of kills there. Prospector does get 1 crush there. So now advancing forward as well with a Cryocopter to support his teammate, and they've got a shotgun multi-gun turret there. Orange does of course lose that Prospector. Does load up the units inside the Riptide to get away faster. The last remaining Javelin troop does get ripped apart. Does get out of there as well. Actually, it's still going to fit 1 more Javelin troop inside that. Oh, nope, there's all 5 there. Gains good hits there. Loads up the Javelin troops and be running away now. The Vindicators, those are his teammates there. So I don't have to worry about his own Riptide being bombed. Down here, do got a big wave of bullfrogs advancing forward. Looks like purple does help clean up this yellow force here. And we've got all these bullfrogs here. One does get shot up by the peacekeeper. And those lose every single Javelin troop inside of that Riptide. You also got some campy bullfrogs here. And you got a multi-gunner turret to dissuade them from being there. Bullfrog does go down. Apollo pushes way forward. Peacekeepers advancing forward as well. You got some yellow Javelin troops here, but trying to be crushed by red or purple's Prospector. Does get the infect there onto that Prospector. And yellow's Javelin troops will go on down. Does go and destroy that Prospector in order to destroy the Terror drone. You now have a jammed multi-gun turret there, preventing it from firing and hitting his teammates' multi-gun turret. Another multi-gun turret being pulled out by Orange this time. Looks like Blue's receiving a bit of a turret push. Does have a good number of Vindicators in the deck. Do not have a crowd copter hitting Red's ore collector. Looks like he will get it. And will get frozen there. Sickle does jump on forward, does not get any knockbacks there, but he will manage to keep on out there. Bear does get a roar off, but does go down. Peacekeeper's now advancing forward to get some good shotgun blasts there onto the ore collector. These Peacekeepers coming in to support them. And now Yellow does pull out a multi-gun turret there as well. It does find a volley down the elite Peacekeeper. And we do got these Crowdcopters trying to freeze down the oil, barracks as well. Apollo does get shot up there. The other ones are seeing quite a bit of fire as well. Will manage to fall back in time. Does get out that Peacekeeper. We've got these forces now advancing forward. Good number of Peacekeepers here. Does not load up his multi-gun turret there. Great crowd shot there, which will be able to freeze that turret, no problem. I think this one's shooting forward. You got a great shot there as well. All those forces will get shattered. Got a very, very veteran force Peacekeepers there. But Yellow's or Blue's base is getting gutted out by these forces. It does have a couple javelin, or they're all just javelin troops. 2 Peacekeepers right there. It'll break down some of these wall segments. Sion may need to pull out a multi-gun turret to support his teammate. Do got this space out at sea. Now Prospect's trying to get a crush there. Good stutter step. Multi-gun turret getting some good damage there. These forces are advancing forward. And got a very, very large number of bullfrogs here, but not enough to take out these cryocopters. Red's MCVs receive a bit of fire there. Bony falling back. Alright, go for some crushes there. Blue's base now being gutted out by these various forces from Yellow. Javelin troop does go down right there, and we've got now Blue's other refinery does get sold off. 2 Riptides and Hydrofoil now advancing out at sea. And cryo shot does get toward now. Apollo now is pushing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the cryocopters. Up here, we do got a very large number of bullfrogs and bears, but nothing really heavy enough to deal with, say, tanks. But of course, adequate enough to deal with cryocopters. Well, the cryocopter should get shot down. The other one will not get shot down as well. That one does get toxic corrosion. Yellow's now advancing forward with a lot of infantry forces to Sion's forward base. And now I do got a crowd shot being pulled out right there. Another crowd shot there. Do a bit poor job dodging some of them. Guardian tank has been shrunken down as well. Let's find some shots there onto some of the infantry, and the Guardian tank will go down. Magenda's force now advancing down south, but Sion does lose everything on the front line. Got some defensive multi-gun turrets here for both sides. Magenda's makes word of a massive force of infantry, taking out gains some great damage there on these cryocopters. And now this multi-gun turret will go down. Does find like 1 shot there from with his automatic shotgun. Airfield does go down. Now we do have the boot camp being focused down. Does get some good shrinks there. Do now have a cryo blast employed on now. Sion's and Magenda's force advancing forward, gunning through Yellow's forward base. Red only has a very small, not very good against this army. The Apache should just go for mass sickle at this point in time. Yellow just saw that refinery there. Orange has expanded out this location. Blue is starting to crawl back away in the game. And Blue actually got an expansion up here as well. They have a freeze there, getting a couple of these models. And we do have most of this force actually veteran, elite, and fully heroic. Mostly actually fully heroic. Blue does have a handful of Riptides here. But we are going to see some hits there from the hammer tanks. Riptide's getting some good damage there onto those bears. This veteran and heroic force is unable to get barked and stunned down. Oh crap, nobody's paying attention to that. All these infantry units will be gunned down momentarily. So they actually did all... Some of them managed to get thawed out. Does lose his assault destroyer as well. Gonna have to freeze down that multi-gunner turret there. Over here, we got these force advance forward. Just get some good freezes there. Bear does go on down. Bullfrog goes down as well. Cryo shot onto the turret there, getting some good damage onto it. And now we do got these cryocopters receiving quite a bit of fire there. Bullfrogs start going down, or hammer tanks. Good shots there. We got the multi-gun turret now firing away. These forces do see some barks and roars there, but the unvetted, though the heroic ones will remain unstunned. Over here, we do now have the cryocopters advancing forward, trying to freeze down this naval yard. We'll be able to get it. And got a good volley there on the cryocopter, but does not take it out. Massive wave of bears been pulled out by red. And yellow's now advancing forward with a handful of infantry forces as well. Orange makes its way, building a small naval force. And the cryo shot or blast has come forward as well. These forces advance forward. There's a cryo blast here. Should be able to get freeze on a lot of those forces. He's throwing Peacekeeper inside that turret there. He does manage to clean up those forces. The rest of the forces have been shattered. It looks like blue's now low on power. Down south, there's of course now aircraft carrier deployed out on the field. He does have a handful of Riptides here, but his opponent has more Riptides, as well as a couple hydrofoils. Assault destroyer now receives fire from the aircraft carrier, multiple aircraft carriers. And he does go down as well. Airbase being reloaded. Cryogeddon looks like that may have been. Only gets a couple guys frozen. Should be able to recover relatively soon. Bullfrogs receive a mass shrink there. Receive more shrinks. And now purple and cyan now pushing them up to the northern base. We do have a good amount of forces here deployed up by all the players, as well as a very, very large number of fully automatic shotgun turrets. So perhaps a little bit too close. So Cryogeddon could freeze down at least two, maybe even all three. Cryo Blast should be able to get two as well. Put one right here. Aircraft carrier now receiving effects of cryocopters. And now we've got these forces advancing, trying to get some sorties onto these Riptides here. It does get the EMP missile there. Handful of dolphins being plotted by multiple players. That first one's advancing to Yellow's base. Red is starting to support his teammate. Trying to push forward with a lot of bullfrogs engage these cryocopters. A couple of roars here, getting some good roars off, but the heroic ones would not be able to be stunned there.
Somebody's looking for trouble. Let's start something up.
Orange now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there. And blue may try to slowly freeze down all this force. There's the cryo blast right there. Looks like they did get some of these hydrofoils there. And you also got these hydrofoils for anti-aircraft defense. Purple's making it to Yellow's base, able to get some good damage there. Red's and Orange's army now advancing forward with support of Yellow. And Yellow's base here is being completely gutted. He does have one he does have no expansion right there. He does have one expansion out at sea. Red's forces getting shrunken once again. Peacekeepers are getting some great damage onto those hammer tanks. Balls getting some great damage onto these cryocopters. Over here, it looks like Yellow and Cyan advancing forward. Does take out one of Yellow's assault destroyers there. The other one will get gunned down as well. This assault destroyer looks like it's a little bit chilled. These infantry forces are getting gunned down and frozen. Oops. You got a crowd getting right there, getting an excellent freeze across multiple areas. But no, he's not capitalizing it just yet. Purple and Cyan maybe behind the push down south. Trying to lead down some of these forces. And got the cryo effect now being recovered off.
I've had enough. The aeroplanes of mine.
Over here, got these forces advancing forward. Yellow's base, he does have a good number of assault destroyers on the field. Guarding base trying to go crush there, but looks like they largely missed all those forces. Some of these assault destroyers starting going down now. Over here, just nothing. Heavy does go down. We do also have now the power plant being frozen. Multi-gun turrets now firing away. Did some good damage there onto these hammer tanks. Javelin troops getting some damage on these power plants. Got a mix of orange and yellow power plants here. Got some assault destroyers out at sea as well. Purple and Cyan could be gutting Orange's base here. Orange does have still a pretty sizable naval force here. The aircraft carrier can start firing off sorties to try to do what damage it can. Red's not facing forward, but now he does get the Prism Mirage tank here getting some good freezes there. Double Cryogeddon. Was able to quickly freeze down a lot of that stuff, including all those forces there. That freeze, delayed freeze effect there, it was very, very deadly. Multi-gun turret does find some good volleys there as well. Some of these forces starting to get unfrozen. There's still a frozen hammer tank there. And now Mirage tank's now advancing forward. Good shrinkage there. Massive shrinkage right there. You got a good number of Bullfrogs reaching, and Cyan's infantry force now makes its way up north. Another crowd getting put out right there. Wait. The left side. Oh yeah, they're all three are allies, so that's the third crowd getting there. I don't know why I thought that was maybe team right sides. Guardian is now advancing forward, trying to pursue these forces. Over here, some power plants getting frozen. Orange's Navy is now advancing to Blue's base. We do got two blue aircraft carriers here, so it's a decent defense force. Maybe lacking hydrofoils. Only one on the field. Guardian tanks now advancing forward. We got a good amount of infantry on the ground. And now we do have these peacekeepers as well. Cryocoppers does freeze down this reactor down south. We do have a nice EMP there into Orange's aircraft carrier. But we do also have a nice EMP over here as well, delaying it out for each other. Now we do have a crowd getting here, but the Black Hole armor that is able to stop the freeze effect, but it does not protect his teammates Dolphins. Blue Dolphins now pushing forward, get some great damage there. And Blue Dolphins getting some great hits there on those forces. Does take on a large number of those hydrofoils there, and Orange's Navy is completely gutted. Red Sword stuck right here. Orange still has some defensive infantry. Magenta and Cyan are going to be advancing up north. Blue should start eyeing to clear out the sea. You guys have a great force for that. A bunch of sadistic dolphins. What more do you need? Let's see, got the multi-gunner turret there. Has some bombs there on the... Wait, what the hell? Why is there a refinery right there? Okay, we do got a prism tower and a refinery right there. What? Or had. We do now have a good number of infantry forces here that may be ready to advance on forward. Blue's now good, start advancing forward. The aircraft carrier, at least get the aircraft carriers in range, start launching sorties. Yellow's soldier destroyers are all getting shrunken down. Why is there two different shrinkage sizes of these assault destroyers? Am I going crazy? You can't double shrink stuff, so why are there two different sizes of shrunken assault destroyers? And that one says recovered, but now there's still the shrunken one. What is going on? Am I starting to go crazy? Oh, maybe you can get double shrinkage. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Another EMP missile there. Does get all the hydrofoils there. EMP in return. And looks like got a full crowd again being pulled out over here. Science advance forward. Looks like some of or Blue's Dolphins advance forward. Science Dolphin does get frozen as well. And now these Dolphins are going to be gutting down everything. Multiple fully heroic Dolphins there. Do also got a couple weapon jammers here. And does go and clean up the Riptides now. Looks like Orange is back out of the game. And looks like Yellow's back out of the game as well, just now losing Red. Which is advancing forward. Red is probably going to get overran.
It's not safe here. Who's looking for a good pounding?
Got a big wave of Dolphins spoiled out by Purple. Now France gains. Two records does go down. I think Red maybe talking to each other. Because at this point in time, I think Red just sort of just sitting there. He's the one who loses a lot of this force here. Got a Assault Destroyer having trouble hitting that Dolphin, and Red does back up the game now. This Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Let's see, pool party is a 2v2, so I can say that for a little bit later. Battle base beta, that is a 1v1, right? Not the 2v2. Yes, it is. Greetings, everyone, and great here of another Age of Empires Relic 3 replays. Bottom left side, as the blue allies, we have C9Q9MD2 versus, as the yellow allies, we have Vindies. Or Vindy. You got now the dog advancing on forward. You got a dog. Nope, those are bear boot camps. You got two boot camp opener here. You got two boot camp opener here as well. You got a doggy advancing forward. Peacekeeper should be able to gun down the dog and make the ATF proud. Blue's dog both get shot up there as well. Does get inside this garrison time. Let's find a good burst, and now we do have the garrisons. Oh yeah, it's one of the older replays, and I always forget about this old meta. You throw your peacekeepers into the meat grinder of these twin towers. Blue's not going to be claimed as other tower nearby. You will go ahead and get 4 peacekeepers on in. Both sides now going to have a bit of war there. Does take out one of these peacekeepers here, so Yellow's reinforcements could be denied. Yellow's going to try out clear out this garrison. Yellow's garrison is being cleared on out. Blue's garrison may be cleared on out. Yep, and the shields are a bit too strong. No shield right there. Yep, start clearing that one out. Looks like Blue still has a hold on this garrison. Does lose one of his peacekeepers there. And now that garrison is neutral. Looks like Yellow will win out in the central area. There's a large number of peacekeepers here for Yellow. Both sides have heavily invested into peacekeepers in this region. You got now this peacekeeper pushing away over here. This peacekeeper's coming over here as well. We may need to see them clear out each other. And yep. Just a lot of peacekeepers. We still see 2 boot camps. We see only 1 boot camp here now. I think he just sold off one of them. Based on the timing fact, there's 2 of them right next to each other, 2 of them next to each other, and there's only 1 here. That one may not make it. Got these peacekeepers now advanced forward, trying to find these exposed ones. Looks like Blue is not doing all too well. He could deploy out an engineer for a medical tent. Not sure if that's a stupid idea or what. Probably is. Now I do have a multi-gun turret here. That means the Allied MCV is right here. He may be on to expand out as well. So yellow does have a good hard point here. It does load up a fully automatic shotgun turret. But there's also a doggy here, denying the placement of that refinery. Peacekeeper's going to try to clear out the doggy. And do now have this garrison now crewed up by, or garrisoned by 4. Needs a great splash damage there. Needs to retarget some of those lower unshooted ones. And if he retargets this low health one, he could actually stop the garrison from being claimed, but does not. And it looks like Blue's peacekeepers are being gunned down over here. And these peacekeepers are going to be clearing them out. We still have 2 boot camps here. There's 1 peacekeeper inside of here. And some of these peacekeepers are getting gunned down before getting to the garrison. There's at least 1 left. I think there's only 1. Yep, sounds like it. Oh, I did not see these peacekeepers advance forward. Does destroy the multi-gun turret as those go out the garrisons. Very nice. Do now have a forward boot camp here. And this looks like a fully garrison. These peacekeepers are going to be cleaning out these garrisons now. How did he get that one garrison completely destroyed? That may have been the multi-gun turret that did it then. Multi-gun turret will be cleaning up the other tower. And good amount of damage there onto these peacekeepers. Down south, we do have a naval expansion. We got the construction yard here. Over here, of course, got the high ground expansion. And high ground expansion has been built over here as well. Overall, Blue has a better economy at the moment, but I think he overall did worse in the Peacekeeper games. Now, we got a good number of Javelin troops being employed on out. He may be trying to hit these multi-gun turrets, and maybe with the MCV as well. And it looks like Yellow's going to take time to destroy these garrisons, so his opponent does not use them. This one's destroyed near his oil derrick. This one will be destroyed, and this one will likely be next. Good damage there on the Peacekeeper does take it out. Yellow does perhaps saw those Javelin troops, which does raise alarms. Still a bit of a square off here. It's mostly just been an infantry game, hasn't it? Oh, as I say that, we do now have a multi-gunner IFV load up with a Peacekeeper. Now we've got a mounted mobile, a fully automatic shotgun. Javelin troops being quickly gunned down there. He needs to focus down the guys that does not have shields up, and he could just fall back now. He could actually perhaps load up a dog in the back of the multi-gunner turret there and get a nice amplified bark off. Now we got this assault destroyer deployed on the field, as well as this Riptide. You now have this recon run coming on forward. We know our Peacekeepers as well as Javelin troops in this region. Multi-gunner IFVs advancing forward and back. And all the Riptides now advancing forward. Let's get some damage off there. Hope I see something down south. There's a dog. Even if you're supposed to... no, it looks like the dog's not interrupting the refinery. Yep, the dog's not interrupting any collection whatsoever. Maybe a slight amount, nothing too significant. You now have Athena cannon deployed on the field. You have a van there, perhaps loaded up from Mirage cannon or Prism cannon. Oh, that is an EMP missile. Car shot being pulled on forward. The assault destroyer does advance forward. Only get one of its units frozen. Does get unfrozen. Prism cannon now firing. The assault destroyer could try crushing it. Now trying to crush the Athena cannon. And he does not. No, he did get the crush on the Athena cannon. Didn't look like it, but he got a brief tap on it. Played a bit of bumper cars there. Now the Mirage tank is advancing forward against some great hits there for his Prism cannon. And now the Mirage tank got forward airfield for forward repairs. Over here, the civilian structure is now under fire. And the Mirage tank is getting repaired on up. A handful of peacekeepers now making their way over to the left. Ooh, triple kill there with the Athena cannon. And this is loaded up with Javelin troops, so that will be cleaned on out. Civilian structure now seeing a bit of fire there. And this Peacekeeper will go one down. Mirage tanks now advancing forward. You got them doing some good damage versus all the infantry forces. Good EMP missile hit there from the aircraft carrier, and it looks like the aircraft are in range, or aircraft? I don't really want them get flying about. They must have been barely out of range. Riptide does get shrunken down there, couldn't get a kill on those Mirage tanks, and they do get some forward repairs right there. One of them is elite. One Athena cannon does go down there. And now the Sirens are getting repaired on up as we got the Athena cannon now firing away with its Mirage cannon. Or, not necessarily its cannon, more like lasing them. We do now have the Riptide loaded on up with some infantry forces. Javelin troop does get gunned down there. More Javelin troops being picked on off. Good hits there on those forces. We've got the Mirage, another EMP cannon there. Does claim one of the Prism, the Mirage tanks, as well as both the Athena cannons. Another Mirage tank in the region. We're seeing a lot of hits there. Having trouble cleaning up these forces. Getting the Mirage tank would be a good idea. Very good. Now the Athena cannons will be next. Pyrocopter deployed on the field, but does receive a lot of missile hits there and does go down as well. Those EMP missiles have been very, very effective. Most times you just see the aircraft carrier using just for sorties. You go push this way forward over here, put an aggressive to get any sort of aircraft flying about. And now this Athena cannon that was left unchecked will clear out the top level. Oh, wait, what was that? EMP missile looked like it flew farther than it should have. It's way over here. Wait, is there another? Was that? Did it just go from a weird angle? Was that some sort of exploit used right there? Something just seemed off about that EMP missile. Multi-gunner, fully automatic multi-gunner turret there gets some great damage on those forces. You now have a boot camp here. Multi-gunner ion turret does some great hits there on that Pyrocopter. Pyrocopter is of course still alive. The boot camp does go down now. Civilian structures are now receiving quite a bit of fire from that aircraft carrier. Over here, it looks like the Athena cannon does get frozen. You can perhaps abandon their garrison to clean it up. Javelin troops now advancing into his opponent's base. Over here, aircraft carrier getting some sorties off, getting some good EMP missiles hit here as well. More infantry being deployed on out. It looks like this base will be gutted. Prospector does go down. Peacekeeper does get some good shots there. A lot of these Javelin troops are severely wounded. Now there's a good number of Peacekeepers in this region. The heroic javelins are getting some good self-healing there, but now passing off a lot of veterancy, and these javelin troops should be cleaned on up. I don't think they'll get this ore refinery there. Aircraft carrier does take out the refinery armor facility now under fire. And yellow will be down to one refinery, or is down to one refinery plus one oil derrick. Does get a nice shrink down there, but does not get the freeze off. EMP missiles firing. It does get a nice EMP effect on the armor facility. Aircraft carrier will manage to escape on out there. Airfield will be sold on off. Yellow may be eyeing for another refinery there. Looks like these guys are getting stuck in the formation move. The EMP missile does thrown out, but there's nothing there to EMP. Getting some good freeze there. Both sides are getting some good freezes. And now got a single Apollo deployed out by blue, getting some hits there onto the yellow's crowdcopter. Oh, we do got a proton glider now pulled out by blue as well. Surgical strike does take out one peacekeeper quite surgically. Garrison has been abandoned, now going for the other garrison. We got this Athena cannon. Does get taken out. He did not pull up the shield in time because that shield went up when the EMP missile was about to hit. But nothing to capitalize on taking out that Athena cannon. Refinery does get EMP'd once again. This fully heroic aircraft carrier does get a good volley there. And the Athena cannon does get frozen. We're now advancing forward. We're seeing quite a bit of fire. You got all of these peacekeepers now getting annihilated for yellow. Yellow's losing his front line. I don't think yellow is going to be in the game for much longer. And yellow does back out the game now. This is Android saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Yep, that was this one here, and I think I downloaded that one twice. And let's go and just go to Habana Republic. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Cyan Empire. We have Bashley. Spawn on the right side as the Magenta Empire. We have Unity is 1. We got instant generator deployed on out, as well as a Dojo Core. Got a second Dojo Core being deployed on out. Third Dojo Core being deployed on out. And that looks like a refinery to me. We got 1, 2, 3 Dojo Cores deployed on out, and there's the 2 refineries. And some set of walls. Two Dojo Cores eyeing for this oil derrick, trying to make sure that is secure. We got 1 Dojo Core here versus this 1 Dojo Core here. Magenta's will is further, faster. We do got Burst Drone deployed out Magenta as well. Looks like he has deployed out 1 of Dojo Cores. And the Burst Drone says, this is a great place to land. Dojo Core over here should be able to deploy out the Engineer in time. I don't think this Dojo Core will get the interruption. And this one especially won't, because that Burst Drone's on top. You now have this Dojo Core advancing forward. You got a Mecha Bay deployed on the field versus there's the Mecha Bay. So it's like, and we do still actually have this Dojo Core still built and no wall segments for Magentas. So slight variations there. And Oil Derrick has McClaim, 1 wall segment there. And Burst Drone does get ejected there. And now we've got 2 Dojo Cores deployed out right next to this one. Neither. Oh, we got some stuff being pulled out now. We got tank busters here. This could be a tank buster. Dojo Core. Oh, he's going for engineer cap. He's trying to sell himself a couple wall segments there. Magenta's trying to go for a wall segment of his own. He needs to get this engineer. Focus on the engineer. Engineer does get gunned down. And that is Cyan's wall. Excellent play there by Cyan. He partially built a wall segment there. Can guarantee he won't get walled in. Very nice there. Do got looks like a bunch of Imperial Warriors engage each other. Do got still an Imperial Warrior and Tank Buster. Another mutual trade there. Got another potential mutual trade here. But do got quite a bit of damage there on the Tank Buster. Tank Buster does manage to get in his hole. While this Imperial Warrior needs to get over here. Does lose that Tank Buster there. We've got more Imperial Warriors pull it on out. And now Stallion is trying to clean up this dojo. And somehow this Mecha is getting damage onto this dojo somehow. Now do got a mass transform to engage the Mecha Tengu. Mecha Tengu does go down. There was no honorable discharge right there. That is something very important to note. Imperial Warriors are trying to. This bonsai charge has worn off. You can go for this guy's bonsai charge in order to kill off the Imperial Warrior. You do got 5 Mecha Jet Tengus pushing way forward. Let's get the kill there. And we may see a mass transform here. Let's quickly gun down those Imperial Warriors. And down south we do have, looks like the Bergstrom being gunned down. Magenta's now pushing forward with some Jet Tengus down south. Mecha Tengus make his way down south as well, and does manage to claim this oil derrick. Transform there was successful in getting the ore collector, or at least will be getting damage onto it, not necessarily successfully. Let's see if there's an honorable discharge now. Now got a big transform there. We may see honorable discharge. Yes, honorable discharge does take out that ore collector. So Magenta finally has gone for honorable discharge. We don't know if Cyan's gone for it. It's highly likely that's going to be a yes. And now this Jet Tengu will be shot down. And we do see honorable discharge there as well. Heard some sort of clear out there. Garrison being cleared out. Cyan and Magenta now fighting each other at close range. And Magenta does go back on off. Let's get the oil collector there to recover, repair it on up. Needs to sell some of his wall seconds to get there collecting immediately because he's out of cash. So Cyan does have both oil derricks. And sells off his MCV there. So he may be eyeing for a bit of an all-in. Down south there is a hidden power generator, which could be important. And I do have a manly built engineer, not one of them sold off MCV, load up in a sudden transport. That is an observation post there. This top of the map is littered with observation posts. Now I do have these Mecha Tengu or Jet Tengus flying about. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mass transform there. No walls there. That ore collector will quickly go down. And now I've got the Mecha Tengus streaming in one at a time. Great honorable discharge there. Getting some good splash. Now we do have the ore refinery receiving quite a bit of damage. And now we've got a mass transform there. Point defense drones will pan out quite a bit of effect. Number of Cyans do go down, and looks like will sometimes be safe. I hear the engineer. Cyan's engineer does go down. There's a sudden transport for the Cyan. Where's Magenta's sudden transport? There it is. He could use his Cyan sudden transport to disguise as this Cyan one. Sudden transport will be seen right there. He may do a mass transform on top of it. And nope, he may not realize this right there. And it looks like Cyan will be shot out of the sky. Magenta has a pretty decent force still on the field. Sudden transport will be spotted there. And we know it's loaded up with at least one engineer. Let's get transform on top of it. And he's going backing on off with that sudden transport, or maybe not. Got ore collector here. The ore collector needs to get back on the line. There's no ore collector here. And Magenta's MCV has packed on up. Looks like Magenta has reclaimed this oil derrick. And now we do have that Jet Tango receiving a bit of fire there. Wait, that is Magenta's sudden transport right there. Magenta's oil derrick's now seeing a bit of fire there. It will go down, and this blue dot sort of annoying the crap out of me. Do have this Mega Tengu being pursued by the elite Mega Tengu. Does manage to escape on out of there. Did not transform away. There's a sudden transport, still annoying the crap out of me. Just going just straight for more and more of these Mecha Tengus and Jet Tengus. And with right now, Magenta has access to point defense drones, which means his Mecha Tengus can punch much higher than his opponents. Science Force now advancing over here. There's also a point defense drone on the ore collector. He's trying to go for this power generator. That can be rebuilt from Magenta. Science cannot. He does take out that Mega Tengu. Science Force is starting to be cleaned up. The Heroic One will manage to escape on out there. Will transform away. Mass transform there. We may see a mass transform in return. The sudden transport is still there, so he knows at least there's a sudden transport. The Heroic One is flying away. The Silent Ones are still more or less pursuing it. That could be just general move order in the region. Nope, he's really trying to hunt down that Heroic One. And now it's going to soon on the C. And that one will go down. Magenta's now face forward, trying to does find a good angle on some Scions. Sudden transport still back at home as well. Magenta could try teching to some Tsunami tanks. Tsunami tanks will punch much harder, and there's no way for his opponent to engage it on he will have to force those Mecha Tengus to land and engage the Tsunami tanks that they get put on the ground, because they're not chopper vehicles to engage them from the air. So I think Magenta should transition to Tsunami tanks at this point in time. He has point defense drone. He may realize at this point in time his opponent has sold off his MCV. Another engineer. Sudden transport's right here. So it's going for 2 engineers. Interesting. Well, the power generator is now receiving a bit of fire here, getting repaired on up as well. Magenta's Science Force does get forced on back. Looks like the ore collector does get cleaned on up. One of the Mecha Tengus does get cleaned up as well. Yep, and it looks like some of these Mecha Tengus will be going on down as well. No honorable discharge as well. That one will get shot down. Will manage to get cut off right there. Does do a scatter formation there, which was actually a horrible idea. Though he does manage to save some of these guys. Maybe that's the purpose. He knew he couldn't run away. And that is the sudden transport right there. Wait, I thought he must have already dropped off one of his engineer. The other engineer must have already been deployed and killed. I was claiming the oil derrick, and Sign has nothing to reclaim it with. You can only move up there and destroy it. Now the oil derrick's going to be quickly killed on off. Magenta will lose lose credits from that capture. And this is his sudden transport as well. He could load up with some, perhaps, tank busters. Sign does have good force here. Point defense drones just wore off. See a mass transform, does get nice point defense drones. MCV does pack on up. Both sides have a bit of a standoff. I think if Magenta transforms up, Sign transforms down. I think that's what Sign's trying to do. He's trying to bait his opponent to transform. Is that tier 2? I think that may be tier 2. Nope, that's another Mega Tengu. Right now, we just have a big standoff here. Magenta needs to just tech up. Get out a Striker VX, because this, or just Tsunami Tanks, something to mix it up. At the current rate, neither side is winning. A Defender Core? Would a Defender Core load up with rockets be a stupid idea right now? We do have this. That is a sudden transport right there. And now we do have a Chopper Striker VX on the ground, which will prevent his opponent from landing that region. Couple Chopper VXs on the ground. Striker VXs. Sudden transport here. I'm not sure what the sudden transport is trying to do. This spot, there's no expansion up there. Point defense drones just wore off as well. And point defense drone is finally getting some Tsunami Tanks out. Very nice. I would say leave these Striker VXs at home, deploy out a large number of Tsunami Tanks, and push for the Tsunami Tanks. You got a nice engagement there. Oh wait, that's point defense drones. Science rebuilt his MCV. He realized you couldn't win the stalemate, so he built his MCV. Very, very nice. I think Magenta will lose out. I think we got some Striker VXs on the ground there, getting some good damage there. So Cyan has now redeployed his MCV. I wonder what protocols everybody's gone for. We got Emperor's Rage for Cyan as well. And now it's going to be cleaning up these wall segments as well as that garrison. We got another power generator there. Mega Tank is now on the ground. There's probably just Imperial Warrior in there. Yep. Do now have these jets flying about. Do got the Chopper VX does get gunned down there. Very, very nice. May see a transform there, but do got Striker VX on the ground. Magenta does have 4 Chopper VXs in the sky. It does go and transform those Chopper VXs on the high ground, but it makes it very, very good anti-aircraft battery right there. Trying to lure in perhaps... Oh, going for a mass transform there. I'm not so sure what this will accomplish. He's forced from the ground here. I'm not sure what that will accomplish. Ah, he's went for the point defense drones right there. Point defense drone there as well, and he did the force fire the ground to get this guys tightly crewed up. Now we've got the Emperor's Rage right there. He needs to do a mass transform and get into the sky. Wait.
VX, all systems green.
That was definitely purples. This ability's going to expire at the current rate. We still got a sudden transport. We've got multiple sudden transports here. More Chopper VX has been pulled on out. Science now advancing forward with some of these forces. That has a good number of tank busters in this region. May see a mass transform relatively soon. As in right now. Let's take out that ore collector. Tank busters are getting gunned down, and do got the Emperor's Rage right there. We're gunning down that ore refinery. You know, if you got a counterattack as well, Chopper VX is quickly ripping apart these structures. It's a bit of a base race. I'm not sure where Magenta's MCV is at. Did Magenta lose his MCV? Did he sell off his MCV? Has this game just gone backwards? You got a big wave of Chopper VXs getting some good rocks there onto the MCV. Does take it out. Now those Striker VXs do going down. Those forces do going down as well. Science trying to respond to his opponent. Got the Emperor's Rage still active. None of them are getting gunned down, but got the Striker VX getting good damage there. The Chopper VXs, Striker VXs need to transform. Their ability maybe still on cooldown. And they finally got transformed over there. Should be able to get some good damage on in. Got some jets in the air as well. All the Chopper VXs do go down. Magenta does lose his entire force, barring this one elite one. Science down to just his ore collectors and a power generator. Magenta is down to his Mecha Bay and Instant Dojo. He needs something to quickly hold off these forces. Got the Tsunami Tank here. He could use now the Deflectors to get back on home quickly. Got the heroic Tank Buster in this region. Got multiple Tank Busters being pulled out. Does lose the ore collector now. Well, good honorable discharge there. He is just getting chain honorable discharges will be quite effective. Tsunami Tank is still posing a massive threat to his opponent. He needs to pause whatever's right there. I'm not sure how many credits he has at the moment.
The tsunami
Not enough for ore collector now. Tsunami Tank's trying to pursue these Jet Tengus. He does have a sudden transport here. And you got a captured instant generator there? Okay, what would you do in order to... Let's just go to another stalemate. How many stalemates are there going to be in this game? Sells off the Mecha Bay. Probably to get out some more infantry here. Cyan needs to start. He is deploying on ore collectors here, but he's on low power, so it's going to take forever. And looks like Magenta has rebuilt his ore collector here. He needs to get these forces. He needs to protect both structures. He has 2 sudden transports, which is not a good item. He has 2 Tsunami Tanks and a Mecha Tengu. He's hitting that Instant Dojo. He's bringing over his Tsunami Tanks here. He does manage to save his Instant Dojo. Three of them are heroic, so 3 of them has pretty good health regen. Now Orc is going to taking out this instant generator. He could sell the instant generator to get some credits. It's not going to do much right there. Let's hold off. Mecha Tengu now maybe see some fire from these ore collectors. You also have a sudden transport right here. This guy is an ore collector. This ore refinery is exposed. Both of them are exposed in the back. Mecha Tengu will likely get shot down there. Getting some veterancy off to one of the mech jet Tengus as well. Snom Tanks have to be on defense. He may need to get, you know, he needs both of them in the same region, because if one can get overwhelmed by these jet Tengus, Mecha Tengus, especially the heroic ones. Snom Tanks now coming for the respawn. Where's that other sudden transport? Where's that other sudden transport? Up north. Need to keep the Tsunami Tanks around this region. More tank busters that will help him secure the area. Now he's going to push forward his 2 wounded ones. Tank busters will have a bit of trouble there. He's splitting up his forces. Very nice. Here comes the sudden transport. And immediately now a fresh ore collector just came out. That's not good for Magenta. Cyan still has all of his Jet and Mecha Tengus. Does load up in the sudden transport. And now he has to camp this ore refinery. He can't leave this area unexposed. Cyan at this point in time needs to build up more ore collectors to defend his ore refinery. The self-replicating ore refinery. While over here, Magenta is still building some forces. Magenta only has 750 credits left. And this one is depleted as well. So these refineries are, well, depleted. This is a sudden transport there. Load up with tank busters in that garrison. Trying to find another hit there on the instant dojo. Does get a good volley there. Some of these, the Tsunami Tanks, one needs to be over here, one needs to be over here. Tank busters can be in the area to support out. Does get some damage there at least. Tsunami Tank firing away. And does take out all those tank busters and falls on back. He could go use Nano Deflector to get this guy healed on up. Some tanks and mages need to be in this area right there. And we've got some transport here. A number of these tank busters are getting gunned down. He does lose all the tank busters. Some transport still alive. He does use Nano Deflector there as well. I think it's a little bit... No, he's not going to be attacked anytime soon. If some transport gets picked off, that'd be great. And he's trying to go follow up with this charge there, and it was unable to get any kills. And now the Tsunami Tanks have to take on those ore collectors. He has a good number of tank busters here. I have no idea what either side should really do. Ore collectors are reasonable versus infantry, and his very, very experienced force of Jet Tengu is also pretty good as well. There is still an instant generator down here. Could sell off some credits, but that will put him low power. I don't think low power at this point in time will mean much. His income is pathetic. Huh. Instead of building tank busters, would ore collectors be better? They're much more resilient to his opponent's current composition. Is that a stupid idea? Tsunami Tank does find some shots there, getting some good damage onto that Mecha Tengu, but of course it can't. Oh, he does get some more damage there. He would probably retarget, he would have got the kill there. Now here comes the ore collectors. Tank busters will do some great damage versus them. So do Tsunami Tanks, but this could leave these Jet Tengus quick off the ore collector. And now he started realizing, oh, maybe I should build ore collectors. Even just building a spare one, just in case, wouldn't be half bad. You can sell off the power generator for a bit of credits for that purpose. sell off these wall segments. That could be a good amount of credits as well. These wall segments are worthless. These wall segments are worthless. Got a bit of transform there. And does pick up on those jet tangus, which is very important. Though the Tsunami tanks receive quite a bit of fire, does use now the fact to get on away. Very nice. Now the Instant Dojo receiving lots of fire. He doesn't have the credits to really repair it up. And he does not get the Instant Dojo. Sell off these wall segments. And here comes the ore collectors. Does have a decent defense force here. Now the Deflector was just activated at the wrong time. Tsunami tank now at sea. And now here comes the Transform Bear. He's going to take the Instant Dojo out as well. Who's the Ore Collector? While the Ore Collector does go down, the Tsunami tank is still alive. Got some veterancy on these tank busters. And now Magenta has nothing left other than some Tsunami tanks. The Tsunami tank's Nano Deflector still on cooldown and it didn't reach Heroic. There we go. And that won't repair it up all the way. At this point in time, I don't think Magenta can win. He has no income. 500 credits. That would be, what, 300? Maybe 5 each year? It's not even enough for 100. Cyan has, of course, nothing. Cyan just needs a hold off for more ore collectors. And it looks like, oh, I decided to fast forward since it's getting a little bit just stale. The tank busts are advancing forward. Tsunami tank's trying to come here to defend, but looks like he's going to get overwhelmed. And the power generator is still alive. Him not selling that power generator does he does spot it there. He split up his forces. He did not know about it. It does, of course, allow these tank busters to advance forward. And there's also Garrison here, and the fact that he's not clearing out, he needs to get that Pure Warrior that's right there. Bonsai charge into the civilian structure and clear it out. He cannot be wasting time like that. Tank buster or Tsunami tank here is firing away. It's fully heroic, getting some good damage there. I'm keeping this ore refinery selected. The power generator is going down much quicker, and that's game. This Anna Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Though that's gonna be my last replay for tonight. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm gonna call the stream early today. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good night, have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.